Good point. Hopefully it doesn't teach her about the new effects.
Oh god. Don't remind me. And nobody tell her.
I've played on the laptop before, but who knows? Oh, hello.
Guten Tag, everybody.
No.
Yeah.
We back.
How is everyone?
I'm okay. I'll survive.
Or will you?
I mean, I will. I can't vouch for my character, but I'll try.
I make no fucking promise.
Yeah, I know. That's
Um,
so like, I can't
shit,
vouch
I
for my
already
character.
ruined the thing. My bad, I forgot.
That was fast.
Yep. We are.
It was your own fault.
We're a minute 4 seconds in.
What did you ruin? I'm confused.
So for YouTube, you have to do like the first like 4 or 5 minutes with no like swearing. Otherwise it gets demonetized.
Well, shit.
Yeah,
Well, hey, we're free now.
We'll cut that out. We'll cut that. It'll be fine.
Actually, I'm pretty sure Archer said fuck like right as we went live. So
I did not.
I heard it. I totally heard it.
Then you're
Well, you're hearing things then, friend.
That might be true.
Your meds
I will
making
not
you hear
deny.
things.
I thought we told you to get your voices checked out.
My voice is fine.
but they talk to
I'm
me.
just a
Why
little
would I
congested.
do that?
Yeah, this isn't a fucking hotel.
They talk to me, they understand, they talk to me. Anyway, we're back. Yeah, sorry we took last week off. No real notification there. Several of us just were under the weather. And then we just kind of took the evening. So, but we're back tonight. Oh God, what the?
It's not like we make. It's not like we. It's not like we make money from this.
True.
So it's not like we're.
I don't even know what we're laughing about.
Did anybody else see that before he removed it?
What?
What?
Don't worry about it.
No, I didn't. I didn't see it. What happened?
I think
I wrote Fun Life on the map.
I think
Under where it says Thuggish.
I think Asta would like to do the recap this week.
Not it.
Too bad. You've been voluntold.
I am okay with letting somebody else volunteer if they would like.
This is not the Hunger Games, and I do not volunteer as tribute.
I volunteer to not have to do it this week. Save my voice.
Good.
A
You
little bit.
usually don't volunteer for Hunger Games.
I volunteer my husband as tribute.
What did he
Oh,
do?
fuck no. I don't even remember what happened last time.
That's why I don't want to do it.
All right, I'll do my best. Don't remember much, but I'll do my best.
Save us.
Please do.
Basically, we were all like, hey, what are we going to do next?
My bad.
And then we had an entire Asta episode. Because we realized, wait, Asta's not here. Where is she? And then we cut to Asta, who's out drinking for 12 hours. But we did start at the beginning. Trying to remember. I think it was your third hour of drinking, Asta. Another dwarf came in.
Third or fourth, yeah.
Sat down to get himself something to drink.
What a grand old time.
And he saw your bow.
Yeah, that happened.
You, being drunk enough to not realize what you're doing, you trade your bow for a dwarven-made bow.
Yeah, she's hoping she's not going to regret that decision, but, you know.
Sounded like a good idea at the time.
Yeah. I
Most drunken decisions.
I don't remember if that was just it and you just kept drinking for the rest of the night but came back, or if we stopped there.
She pretty much did it to get enough money to pay off her tab, and then
And I know
when she had her
I
fill,
hadn't,
she came back.
Yeah, I hadn't, but I hadn't like reconvened with you guys yet. I don't think when we ended last time.
You had just walked in the door right when we ended.
Oh yeah, classic.
Yep. Say, hey guys, what's going on?
So yeah, now we can figure out where we're going to go. Are we going to stay here and bunker in for an assault that may be incoming? Or are we going to teleport to the Laputa?
Wow. I'm good with
Get
not
your-
dying.
Yeah, that pretty much
Get yourself some throat lozenges.
sums it up.
Hey, I needed the inspiration, so bing, bing, bing.
Yeah.
Perfect. I will take your advice. I'll be right back.
And with that, everybody is back in the. That's not the right soundtrack. I'm sorry. Apologies. In the base underneath the city located in the chain, what, as Asta partially drunkenly stumbles in shortly after being like, wait a minute, where's Asta? What do you guys do?
So Asta
Well, there
not
she is.
walking. Oh, okay.
Well, there she is. Asta, make a decision for us. Are we staying or are we leaving?
Yes.
Where should I go?
Yes is not very descriptive. Can I tell if Asta's drunk or not?
Sure, make an insight check.
Doing it too.
21.
Seven.
Valinar? Yes. She is. At this stage, based off of how long it would have taken her to get back, you know that she's not, like, blackout at the moment. Like, in the morning, she will remember what she's doing right now, but you're curious as how she navigated the chains, given that they're suspended platforms. Denock, you feel that she is just a little dizzy. Otherwise, perfectly sober.
But Valinar is going to walk out the door and just kind of look around like there's some sort of trick or something. And then he's going to turn around and look at Asta and go, so, how did you get down here?
I don't know.
I don't know. The usual way. They were inciting how about Asta's drunken state.
Oh yeah. She's drunk.
Ye-
Very, very drunk.
But according to D-Knock, I'm only dizzy.
But and you too are also curious as how she navigated the chains, given that they are floating platforms.
Yeah, that's impressive.
But yeah, you can tell. The two of you can tell that she's drunk.
I'm not sure how much I trust asking a drunk person for a vote. Do I have a very handy spell prepared, or is it my normal self and I didn't prepare it?
That's usually how things go with you, huh?
You need to have certain spells that you can cast as rituals or something.
Well, it's just most of my spells actually aren't ritual spells. I have to actually have the spell prepared to even use it as a ritual.
I don't do that.
I'm
If
not
it's
like a wizard. Oh,
yeah, you're a cleric though. That's weird.
yeah, that's kind of why ritual casting for me is not really all that grand unless I prep like a ton of ritual spells. I don't think the spell I'm even thinking of is ritual anyway. So
What are you thinking of?
yeah, lesser restoration.
No, it's not a ritual.
Yeah.
Honestly, clerics don't get a ton of ritual spells.
No, we don't.
So we can always talk about this more later too, but for right now, I'm gonna just say that you can ritual cast your ritual spells that you would know, as long as their casting time isn't like super long. Like I'm not gonna just give you the ability to cast what is it, like hollow or whatever.
Oh yeah.
Because it in the casting of it in itself is a ritual. And then I would also say anything that require or that consumes material components. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
That's what I'm gonna go with for now, and we can always workshop it, talk about it, and balance it later. Because I think it's really dumb that if you know a ritual spell that you have to like prepare it in order to cast it, and then it's kind of like, what's the point? So I don't like that rule. So
Yeah.
wizards, on the other hand, have to learn the spell first, and then they can
Yeah.
So
I'm gonna just quickly add that to my notes so I remember.
yeah, understandably so. So that is what you guys determined. That Asta is drunk. But she would remember this conversation in the morning. You know, provided she doesn't start drinking again.
Eh. I just had a random thought.
Sure.
This has nothing to do with what's currently going on, but if I were to cast Purify Food and Drink on an alcoholic beverage, would that take out the alcohol because it's considered a poison?
Yes, we've already gone over this one.
Okay, I do not remember us going over that.
We also know that what was the other one? That Rona thought it would remove the alcohol, but it actually concentrated it.
Oh,
was that Destroy Water?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Create and destroy water. Yeah. All I do is make things worse.
That was fun.
Like, oh, you destroyed some of the content of the barrel, but now it's all alcohol.
Yep, it's no longer whatever proof dwarven alcohol is. It's now 300% proof.
It's now rubbing alcohol.
I think it was dragon made alcohol.
Anyway, that's what the two of you know, and what you would believe, Denoch. As she wanders in and goes, yes. What do you guys continue to do?
Well, obviously that makes it a little bit easier to plan now that we have everybody present. Because now we don't have to figure out how we're going to make sure we have the whole party together. Now we can just decide stay or leave.
Will you stay or will you go?
Hey.
I will reiterate this point. I am not saying we leave for good. I am saying we go to the Laputa as a strategic retreat for the night at bare minimum. There is an attack incoming, and if we aren't here for it, well, again, this is mostly to you, Haru.
I mean, I'm looking to see what you guys, what your guys' plan is. Because you guys are debating on what you want to, or what you guys are wanting to do. You're talking about leaving here and just resting. Okay. If you return immediately, what's the plan after that? Because if I remember correctly, you guys have 2 days before your friend is executed.
Yeah.
And the thing is the last time you went up against one of the problems here, you guys barely survived.
We need a training montage.
We need a level up, is what we need.
What do you think this is, an anime?
Yeah.
Quick, get the time chamber.
Surprise, Aaron's already there.
Oh shit.
Run.
But that's my point though. Like, we don't know what their next move is. If you guys go and rest and then come back, that's great and all. We survive whatever attack is potentially incoming. But then what? When we return, then what? Kind of look to you guys, expectingly, waiting for an answer. Is that not on loop? Nope, apparently not.
He's not decided either direction at this point. Pretty much, if Haru's not okay with leaving, she's going to stay behind with him.
Is there some way we could send her on a wild goose chase while we're gone? Make it so that while we get stronger, she's, wasting her time? Or some of her resources and energy?
D will ask the question. Does that sound like something that Aaron would do? Or would she just... She can't find us, so she just blows it off at, like, whatever, and goes about, whatever plans she has for this island.
I think either one of them would just delegate it to one of their followers. Here's a weird question. If you guys left, saved your friend, and then returned, would you be able to come back with allies? Strong, capable fighters where you could, I don't know, storm their headquarters or something. I'm spitballing here.
Well, if we had Cardin, I imagine everything would just work out.
It's possible we could convince Cardin to come back. Maybe our dragon friend if he survives. But I don't know about. Wait.
And maybe Cardin's brother as well.
Yes, and we're also kind of forgetting about something here. What about the crew of the Laputa? The people that have been flying with us?
What about some demons? Oh wait, I'm a cleric.
So I'm confused. Is Cardin this dragon friend that you keep mentioning?
2 separate entities.
Okay, two
Cardin
buddies.
is a paladin of On.
Okay.
The dragon we're speaking of is an actual dragon, an actual scaled, fire-breathing dragon who has a human form.
An actual dragon. Interesting.
That's actually really surprising to you because dragons were believed to be extinct.
Dee does a fantastic job hiding her shock and horror.
Shock and horror. Shock and awe.
Yeah.
Just so happens that he comes from an entire island.
How the hell
of
do these
dragons.
people have the ability to become friends with dragons, first and foremost? The horror.
If you think a dragon's a horror, you should see the stuff we're about to go fight. Or probably.
It just so happens that he comes from an entire island of them. How many did we see on our trip while we were there? Several hundred?
At least.
This is on the surface, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Magically hidden, of course.
Well, that would explain why we haven't seen dragons in centuries, if they've all been hiding on the surface. Which we didn't really know anything lived on the surface until
Now?
what, yesterday? Last night? Today?
Valinor look at Haru and go, if someone was answering my calls, you would have known a lot earlier.
Ring ring.
Ring, 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 ring. Banana phone. Do 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 do.
Your call could not be collected as dialed. Please try again later. Goodbye.
We connected as called.
What?
That had to be the worst hold music ever.
You just said could not be collected as dialed. Isn't it connected?
See, I have no vocal range, and I was trying to do, that
You don't say.
The phone is disconnected thing, where the landline's disconnected, where it's like just like.
Oh, the dial-up noise sound.
Yeah.
Good old dial-up.
Yeah. All right. Cool.
So, this is a rescue operation.
Cannot be completed as dialed. Please check the number and try again.
Yeah, that.
Interesting.
Okay.
So back to what I was saying.
Flashbacks to Phonathon, anyone?
This is
God damn it.
this is a rescue operation to essentially bring reinforcements back here so that we can potentially put a permanent stop to both Aaron and especially Palama.
Well, it was an idea. I'm not saying this is what you should or is the best course of action. I would never dream of railroading you. I'm just suggesting options.
This is Dee kind of trying to hash it out with the party. I as a player am trying to find a legitimate reason why she might be interested in leaving this island entirely on a mission she knows nothing about with a group of people she just barely met. Like, how is this going to benefit me where I need to get involved?
That's fair.
Be the hope.
And I mean, the idea of finally being able to bring an end to Palama's tyranny is already pretty good motivation.
Yeah, huh?
That's like one of her number one life goals.
Would be the hope.
But already, based on what she's heard at this point, the party got their asses handed to them by Aaron, and Palama is potentially thought to be even stronger than Aaron, or at least allied with Aaron. She's not seeing this party as overly reliable in terms of being able to fulfill that dream. But if they have more allies that can be called upon, that's what we need is more help.
Agreed.
That being said, if the party sent to retrieve said help dies in the process of retrieving help, then this whole operation goes to shit.
Also
So,
true.
connecting the dots here and there sounds like Dee's assistance might be welcomed and or necessary, with the potential that she could benefit from it in the long run.
Mm-hmm.
And that's enough for her to vote in favor of, all right, let's go on a diversion.
Yeah. Need to get stronger.
Is that a party consensus then? Enoch, Asta?
I mean, I've been trying to get us to the.
Well, I think that was the. I think they're of the mindset now of going, collecting allies, and coming back.
Yeah, that was the plan the whole time.
Oh, you made it sound like you were going to go to the Laputa, sleep, and then come back.
At the very least.
I was giving Haru and his group the option of coming back.
Okay. I get what you're saying.
Because who knows? Maybe they want to keep doing their thing here.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just saying, you're not trapped on the. Oh wow, who's lagging?
Somebody's got an echo.
Yeah, it's Asta.
What?
Did your headphones come unplugged or something? Because like everybody's echoing in your microphone.
Oh, now they're not.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
I took them off for a moment. What has caused that?
Yeah, potentially.
Maybe.
Depending on how loud
Apologies.
your earphones are.
They're blind, not deaf.
I don't know. I used to have the same issue. I always had my volume up so loud that people were getting an echo through my mic because it would pick up the volume from my headset.
Weird.
Anyways,
Yeah, feedback loops suck.
I'm not trying to trap Haru and his group on the Laputa. I'm saying we go there to skip an ambush.
Gotcha.
And then I can return them the next day when my spells recharge.
Okay. What would he? I think if you guys are gonna go and collect allies and return with stronger with more allies, with a plan of attack, I think that a strategic withdrawal for you guys is ideal. However, we have our own means of staying safe here. If the chains are under attack, we go topside. We can continue the operation to the best of our ability for now. But we'll have to mobilize probably quickly. This way you guys would have a point of reference for when you return, because you could contact us and find out where it is we're up at, where we are. And then this way we can update you on what Aaron and Palama have been up to, what kind of movements they've made, what their plans are, potentially. And you can see him like thinking. You can see the wheels turning in his head. It's the best that I can come up with.
As long as you know that you and the rest of Resistance will be safe while I'm away.
He will sign to you. I don't want to do that as a private member. Nah. He'll sign to you of. Basically, he says, "We'll be fine. I need you to make sure they return."
Dee gives a confident thumbs up because she has no idea how bad things are about to get. She's like, "You can count on me."
Am I to the point where I don't need to make an Arcana to see, or did he stealth it?
You would still need to Arcana to interpret. You haven't quite mastered the understanding of the language.
Ooh, nice.
25. Okay. I would say that you would understand about 75% of that message. So, because remember, you've only been exposed to this for a couple of days, so if that. I'm not gonna just give you a language, after seeing it, 4 times.
There's no worries. I'm sure Dee could work with him on teaching him about it, so she's going to need an interpreter once we leave Haru behind. I mean, she could do 2 or 3 word little bits and pieces with prestidigitation, but it's not like, she could write novels or anything.
Right.
Dinok will say to Haru,
Mhm.
just be careful. The person I talked to, what I got from how he was saying it, there's a possibility that they may just release the chain.
We do have a contingency plan if something like that were to occur. There's a series of abandoned buildings kind of northward, just outside of. I want to say the wrong. Right one?
Where are the chains actually located on Proterus?
Under.
Under. They are
Oh,
underneath.
completely under.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. See, I thought it'd be closer to one of the edges or another.
The main entrance, I say, using air quotes here because additional
Yeah.
ones were added later. But the original one is closest to Goldwild.
Okay, near the southwest,
Mhm.
southish area. Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, north, kind of in between the Quorum Forest and the Laughing Woods. There's a series of abandoned buildings
Okay.
out that way that we can make use of. That map is also not as of. Oh, sorry. I'm actually going to use this, which is actually ironically where I was going to put it. Put their location. near. Instead of saying in between the two forces, he would say near the red hole.
Oh, right. That place. Wow, that hasn't come up in a while.
Not since Kadia's.
God, that's been a long time.
At least you remember. That's awesome.
Yeah, I remember. I remember Valinor lore dropping it as part of his island, and then the whole background to Kadia's wall magic.
Cool.
Something along those lines. Oh, wow. Session 35.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, they
Oh
they actually
my
refer to it as the
God.
Red Pit.
Hmm.
There was a village between the Laughing Woods and Corium Forest that one day became a crimson smoking crater. Nearby cities at the time had no information on the incident. The Red Scare must have survived because a later entry denotes a hill giant clan known as the Stompers was wiped out by an individual matching the description. Valinor recognized the cities mentioned as cities from his homeland, and they referred to the crater as the Red Pit. Wow, that was a shit ton long time ago.
You said the Red Scare, right?
The Red Scare.
Okay. Just making sure that I heard you correctly.
Yep.
I'm like, hold on, wait a minute. Okay.
The Red Scare.
It's like a boogeyman. Booga 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 booga.
Over 100 sessions ago. Woo, we've come a long way.
We've been doing this a while.
So that explains why the buildings were abandoned. They're like, we ain't living next to that shit.
I mean,
Sure.
if you need a place to hide out, though, what's a better place
Yeah.
to go than?
Yeah. Probably what the remains of that old village.
So,
Damn.
so then, and you'll see as a couple of individuals kind of step into the room and goes, and they kind of just yes, and he's like, collect all necessary information. We're leaving. Chances are we won't be coming back here. If it's not necessary, burn it or toss it off the edge. And get everybody ready to move. We leave in 10. And they just kind of nod and immediately just bolt. Oh. This
Oh,
Yes.
turns to look at you, Valnar.
Turns to look at you, Belmar, and ready to finish.
no. I got nothing.
Blind.
Blind.
Which one?
Put your
Yes.
headphones back on.
Yeah, your headphones back on.
Like, for some reason,
Like, for some
something
reason,
happens,
something
and all of a
happens,
sudden we can hear
and all of a sudden
everything
you hear
come through
everything
your
come through your
Unless she's in the
thingy.
same room
unless
as
they
the other
stay
blind
room
and
as
he's
the other
not wearing a
blind, he's
headset.
not wearing a headset.
No, it's hers because I changed it because only she will light up right now.
Ah.
Yeah, it kind of sounds like you just laid your microphone on top of your speakers and
It's fun talking to myself.
it hurts. But yeah, he'll look at you, Valinar, and as you were about to speak, he waits and he kind of goes, Godspeed, and hopefully everything works out well. I don't know the trials that you guys will face, but I understand that they are great. All I can ask is that you hurry.
Yeah.
He reaches out for a handshake.
Valnar will grab his hand and pull him into one of those hugs.
Yeah, the forearm, and then pulls into a nice warrior brother hug. He grips you tightly, not too tight. I don't think he's that strong. Um, um, yeah, and he'll when he backs off, he'll look to the rest of the group and kind of just be like, "You guys are some of the brave. Well, I don't know if it's brave or stupidity. Some of the greatest warriors I've ever seen. Come back alive. If you don't, we're all probably fucked." And he'll lay a hand on your shoulder, D. Give it a squeeze and a solid nod. And then he too will begin in and out of the room, gathering material, and stuffing it into a satchel and other bags as quickly as he can. Leaving you guys to go about your own business.
Alright. This spell will take me a minute to draw.
Okay. D is not sure what to expect now.
Also, this is a question to the DM.
Yep.
Just making sure that even though the circle has not reached its full charge, I can still teleport to the Lapita's circle, right?
I mean, isn't a teleportation circle essentially just like teleport if you
No.
already know where you're going? I actually don't know how it works. What the difference is.
It is different. I just want to I want to read the spell itself again real quick.
There you go.
Okay, in the spell's description, it's. Oh wait, hold on. That's the new stuff. I want to look at the legacy. Okay,
Ooh.
it does say even in the legacy, link a sigil that links your location to a permanent teleportation. So unfortunately,
Shit. That's kind of what I was banking on this whole time.
There's a total of 5 of us going, right?
2.
Add Tim.
Well,
6.
Tim can technically be a non-factor.
Well,
if necessary.
it technically 6 because it's you and up to 5 willing creatures. But reminder that Valinar has Word of Recall linked to the shrine in the Lapita.
Oh.
Well, hold on. It's 2, 3, 4, 5. It's 6 people without Tim.
Can Tim just sit in the bag of holding? He doesn't need to breathe.
I mean, theoretically.
Yeah.
Asta, Denoc,
Because there's
Valinar.
Right? Because I'm not.
Yet.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Tim would be 6.
Asta. Oh, wait a minute. I know what I'm doing.
you're
Okay.
counting your camera.
No, I'm actually I'm looking at roll 20. I'm counting 2 on Asta because I'm thinking that the 2 of them are on one screen again, and then I get all the way to the other side of my screen that has the yet, and I count him again because I've forgotten by that point that I included him on Asta. Okay, my apologies. I'm just dumb.
So he doesn't need to sit in the.
Well, he would because
I mean-
it's you and up to 5 willing creatures. I think is what he said.
Yeah, so it would be 6 people total.
Because it's not counting Valinar. That's the him.
You and up to 5.
And there, well, no, yeah, because that would be
Then
6
there's
total.
4 players
Yeah.
plus Tim. That's 5.
Yes,
Are you having a stroke?
we can
Math.
do math, guys.
Like, it says you, Valinor, and up to 5 willing creatures. Like, there's 6 of us total. What kind of math numbers are you throwing at me? Stop it!
Because we're getting confused. Because you're confused.
We're all special, guys. In case you haven't noticed, in the 100 and what is this? 66 episodes. We're special.
I can ordinarily do math, but far be it from me to argue with the DM who is so convinced he is right that it says 5.
What? No, we're good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not gonna try and correct you. I'm gonna stay over here and
So-
listen.
I mean, I will 100% fight this one.
Yeah. Well, no, I was. Yes. When I was counting yet twice, that's where my confusion was. And yeah, we're good.
So Valinor will just do that. Since Dinok can't do
Oh.
teleportation circle.
You must designate a sanctuary by casting a spell within a location dedicated to
Yes.
or strongly linked to your deity.
Valinor had it on a shrine at the Lapita.
We have a shrine at the Lapita?
It's the
Hot
small
damn.
one, right?
Yeah, it's a small one, but
Oh my god, are
Perfect.
you guys all gonna appear like in your bedroom or something?
I'm pretty sure it's not in Valinor's bedroom. Just
Oh,
throw
okay.
that one.
Ow.
That'd be so funny.
I had assumed we kind of had a few different rooms for different the shrines to the different gods, since we had so many clerics.
Yeah, probably.
If not, Valinor definitely would have set one up for Geisma.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I have no problem with that.
So yeah, Valinor will cast Word of Recall to take everyone to the Lapita.
Okay.
So can we just retcon and say Dinok didn't say he had a spell?
I mean, you have a
I like-
spell, it's just not ready yet.
I like to imagine Dinok would have gone, oh shoot. And Valinor without a word would just cast Word of Recall and just take everyone.
I'm curious. I want you to describe how this teleportation works for you with your
Hang on,
magic.
let me read. I just want to check and make sure it doesn't say anything about.
This will be the second time in Dee's life that she has been teleported, both of the same night.
Yeah. So I like to imagine you just hear Valinor say, "All right, well, let's just go to the Lapita," and that's when he casts the spell. Right at the word Lapita, it just you see a bright light, and just all of a sudden you look around. You're just in a different room now. You don't feel anything
Familiar.
weird. All you see is a bright light.
Did you just get beamed up, Scotty?
I mean, technically speaking,
Technically, we got beamed down.
Yeah. Okay.
Now, the question is, does that sanctuary still stay there, or do you have to recast the spell here again? Later on.
It's just a previously designated sanctuary.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Oh, it doesn't specify that it has to be the last one I did. Cool, so I should just start setting these up everywhere.
Fast travel points. Hang on, guys. I had to spend the next 3 hours creating a shrine and blessing this ground so that we could teleport here later. Every time we rest.
That's interesting. How long does it take to set? Well, I guess you have to set up a shrine and actually like dedicate it to your patron, which would take time, which you have had on
Oh.
the Laputa.
Unless it was already a temple or strongly linked to the deity.
Right, but
If
you
it's
would
not, then I would have to set up a
correct,
Yeah,
but you would
designated.
have to go to that temple and designate it. Still.
Yeah.
By casting the spell within that location.
Yeah.
So could he technically go to On's domain?
Not his
No.
deity. It has to be connected to his deity.
Okay, okay.
Every temple of Gaia is what we come across. I'm going to use word of recall here.
It's a 6th level spell. I only have one casting a day. So if it's late at night and we come across a temple, sure. If I have the...
I want to come to this temple again.
All right. So you bamf to the Laputa. And it's dark. It was nighttime to begin with. And where would that have been built?
I would imagine the shrine would be... we've already discussed the roof, haven't we? Of the Laputa.
Yeah.
Okay. So it would probably be in a room with a lot of windows.
Did you
Or
put it
a
in
lot
the
of
greenhouse?
natural light.
You put it in the greenhouse? I mean, that
No.
still feels more like dedicated to On, but, you know.
It can be one of the corner pillars. Rooms.
What? One of those little... A tower room kind of just like off to the side at the top that's just like surrounded by windows. So it just lets in a lot of natural light.
Okay.
When it's light out.
Yeah. Right now it's a little dark, given the fact that it's nighttime. And you wouldn't really see anyone nearby. Most of the patrol for the Laputa is around like the major entryways, which are like the main door and through the roof. You imagine there's a guard around here somewhere. Now, whether or not he's slacking off is kind of a flip of the coin. But looking out the windows, you guys notice that the Laputa is stationary, and that it appears to be closer to ground level.
Is it possible to tell how close we are to... I forgot the city's name.
That's why I
Telephone?
have always called it the outpost.
Colophone?
Mm-hmm.
Telephone.
Yeah.
I
Go
can't
ahead.
remember names for shit.
Go ahead and roll a perception check for me.
Perception.
So, if this is the Laputa, it's awfully small.
Valnar, as you look out one window, you're like, oh wow, we're really low to the ground. And as you turn around and look out the other window, like directly behind you, you can see the city of Colophone probably 800 feet away or so.
Oh,
Good! We're there!
to answer D's question, well, this is just a small room. Specifically, this is a small sanctuary that Valinar dedicated to Geisma.
Okay.
If we step through this door,
Describe what he sees. After all, you have remastered the Laputa.
right, let me. Great, I need to pull it up. I think this is it. No, that's. Again, I don't think you've sent me the.
Yeah, where's our modern Laputa picture?
I only have the one modern Laputa picture because Dinoc redid the Laputa.
Yeah, and I was waiting for
An
image to.
They're in the artwork file in Roll20.
That's where I'm getting mixed up because I'm looking for it in the Discord.
Ah, okay. I can put them in the Discord too if that would be easier.
Ow.
Let me just find them, and I'll work on that. Bless you.
Ow. Thank you. Delicious.
What?
What?
Yeah, so we come out on the middle floor. Don't know if any of you are looking at the image.
Middle floor, yes.
The top right pillar.
Okay.
Since that square is our room area.
Right.
So we come out to a small, but not, it's not small, but it's smaller dining table. Several enough chairs for our group plus, let's see, Valinar's parents, excuse me, Gorbak, and I think we had like one other person, right, in our group, our personal group.
Nadon?
Yeah, probably Nadon.
Yeah, there we go. So that's so that's eight people. So a table big enough for 8 people. A cozy fireplace nearby. And then there's a hallway down with several doors. And then another door on an opposite wall. Welcome to our personal quarters.
Personal quarters.
Indeed.
She looks up at Dinoc. And down the hallway. And she tries to sign to him which room will be mine.
All right. Do you do it slow enough that I don't need an Arcana check? Because I think we can lure it that was my problem before. Haru just went too quick for me to pick up.
I don't know that.
Yeah. Okay. Then. There you go.
We will need to put a previous party member's things into storage until we can give them to her personally. And we will have you be in that room.
E nods. That's all she has to do.
Now then, what time of day is it? It's like after midnight?
Yeah, it's late at night.
Are any of the previously mentioned awake at this time?
Probably not. I would say they would be. Not at this hour.
Alright, Deanoch will go to the door, open it, and look for a patrolling guard.
Actually,
Nope.
hold on. I'm gonna grab a D20 real quick.
Leave it to fate!
Well,
I vote if we don't see a guard relatively soon, we all go to bed, wake up in the morning, and berate the entire guard cast for completely missing us.
Yeah.
like
Because we walked to our rooms, and went to sleep.
Yeah.
um,
Like anybody could have just stuck on board. Come on.
cool. Yeah. Deanoch.
Oh?
Does a 21 hit you?
Oh dear!
Oh, good. We don't have to break the guards.
Yeah, we do.
Oh my god!
I'm assuming that's a yes, right?
Yeah!
Cool.
Not even shield would save me there!
As you are walking kind of towards the front, towards like the door leading to your guys's, abode, I guess would be the word. One of the doors, like, flies open, and in a moment you are grabbed, hand pressed against your throat, another hand grabbing your arm, pinning it to the wall, and you are lifted off of the ground, pinned by your throat and arm against the wall, and you hear, "Who? Deanoch?"
Well, this reminds me of our second date.
And Gortash drops you to your feet.
Borgok.
I did it again. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Borgok.
I fully understand. You've just got that in your brain somehow, and I just mentally override.
Yeah, but I need to be better about it. I really don't know where that other name came from.
Baldur's Gate 3.
Huh?
Baldur's Gate. Right?
I don't know. Honestly, I don't even really remember what I said. I just out of muscle memory.
Gortash.
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 Why do I feel like I know that
Oh.
name?
Lord Inver Gortash. One of the leaders of the Cult of the Absolute. Oh, that jackass, yeah. One of the big bads.
Didn't leave much of an impression.
Oh, he left a nice impression on the floor when I was done pounding him to death. And then I took all of his power. And eat shit.
As you do.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Why did that not?
Sounds like a chicken joke in waiting.
Look, it's a Skyrim character, all right?
Mm-hmm.
Blame the NPC namers.
Okay.
There you go. There's your
Work out.
default stuff. Feel free to do it up and make it fancy, Mr. Artist.
Yay.
Which one of us is the artist?
Rom is.
Yeah, I've got Photoshop, so
And technically,
There you
Archer too. So
Now, with this scene, D-Knock being hurriedly thrown up against the wall, D
also
is
remember, D-Knock is not a little person.
I'm 6'1" or 3.
And D is much smaller than D-Knock and is immediately going to assume a defensive position, thinking we're under attack.
Once Valinar notices who it is, he just kind of starts clapping.
Yeah. This orc runs out, grabs the 6'3" dragon man, who probably weighs, what, 250?
Yeah, he's healthy weight, if a little on the skinny side because he's a mage.
Right, but Dragonborns themselves are naturally a little heavier due to their draconic nature. And you just watch him get lifted off the ground by this creature's one hand.
Jeez, D-Knock is over twice my size.
Just imagine if you were standing next to Boris.
I'm just glad I wasn't the one that was immediately like I would have been ragdolled.
Yeah.
Fortunately,
Can I get
she wasn't going
the-
for damage. So.
Yeah. Can I get the roof too? Because I need to make the
I'm sure you can see the roof from where you're
Greenhouse.
at right now.
Yes. I might have to do something a little bit different for that one, but I will inquire.
and I'm also going to pin it so that I have it. Booyah. Whoa. Yes, we're back.
Would have been nice to have a heads up.
Kind of a last second thing.
Oh, nice. That's much better than what I've got.
Best I can do.
Hey, works for me.
Well, welcome back. I don't suppose you'll be coming to bed soon then.
Gotta get this new one situated, and then
She turns and like
I
just
will.
now acknowledges Dee's presence. Ah,
Well, in her defense, D is pretty easy to miss.
and attention.
Uh-huh.
Do you want to describe her like physicality, like her physical appearance to D?
Yes. So you've got a large orc woman, black hair in braids, trailing down to about mid back, lower back for some braids.
Orc or half orc?
Did we make her full orc or half orc? I think she's half orc.
Okay. I was
Okay.
actually, funny enough, I was going to ask that question too.
1 second, I know a way to do this because I have her as a character.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, I've got her as my secondary character in case D-Knock ever dies.
Oh, wow. Damn.
That's fun.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah. Like, no, seriously. She's going after the one who killed her husband, who just brought her to life.
Makes sense.
She is half orc.
Okay. How tall is she?
8.5-ish.
Okay, so she's on the larger side of medium.
Yeah.
Cool.
And that's all, pretty much all muscle.
Walking tank
Yes.
compared to my 5'2", 107-pound, frail woman-looking creature.
You can do it.
Like
Fairly prominent.
This would not be
lower
a
tusk.
contest.
Yeah. Snap you in half.
Like I thought, you think Katya was small? No.
Yeah, prominent lower tusks. Wearing it's somewhere between tanned hide and leather. It's not leather armor, but it's like prepared hides, kind of. You know what I'm getting at?
Yeah.
It's leather enough to look like leather, but not be leather to prevent barbarian.
Yeah.
Sorry, my brain doesn't know how to translate that to actual for some reason right now. Anyways. And she has a... What did I give her? Greatsword? On her back?
Well, she wouldn't be carrying anything right now. She's literally in her pajamas.
Well, she does have a great axe, is her thing.
Gotcha.
But yeah. You do notice she has strikingly blue eyes.
Oh.
Yeah, that's Borgok.
Hello.
Dee does a timid wave that kind of looks like she's just wiggling her fingers.
Yes. Katya...
She looks over at Dean before you make this comment and just looks at you and goes, "He's cute. Can I keep it?"
You will hear no complaints from Dee.
Because she can't.
Well, about the whole big cute part.
Oh, I thought you meant can I keep it? Anyway.
No.
I'll let you continue. Dino.
Katya had to retreat to her home island. And... well, we can't help but pick up Stray.
Stray? Now she's offended.
I did not say you were a mongrel. You are a stray of pure pedigree.
Okay, yeah, sure. That sounds like a less of an insult and more of a compliment.
Anyways, we're going to, after putting Katya's things in storage, fully give Katya's old room to... By the way, I just realized. Her name is Dee.
Okay.
And
You just now realized her name. That's rude.
I realized I had not said her name to you.
Ah.
And we're talking about her like she's not right here.
I see.
By the way, she does not actually speak. She communicates through hand gestures, most of which are incredibly similar to the hand gestures of spell, which Currently, that's how we're able to communicate.
Fascinating. That's very unique.
Indeed. It does make translation a little difficult in tight times. Combat is really touch and go there for understanding what she's saying. But
Like we're pretty standard affair things, though.
yeah.
D will use.
Aha!
Okay. D will use prestidigitation to spell "this is fine" in the air.
Someone is having fun with the sounds.
I didn't mean to do that. Stop. I just discovered it via my husband. How did you do it? I didn't push it that time.
Oh, goodness.
I think that's other blind trying to mess with his wife, and it's not fair.
Nope, I have not hit a single button.
It's been Rona.
How is it?
It's been
Oh
Rona.
my god! I literally thought I was doing that.
Rona trolling as Rona does.
That one was not me.
That was my response to that.
Yeah, if you look in the Discord program, you can see where sounds are coming from on the characters.
I wish I could use some of the sounds that were uploaded to one of my other servers, but without Nitro, I can't do that.
You can pay for it. I'm not.
I'm not either. Fuck no, I don't want to pay $10 a month just to use other people's sounds. That's too much. Oh, but I can always upload my own. I won't do it.
Anyway.
I mean,
effort.
We'd let you. I just need to make sure your
so I start
permissions are correct.
spamming them.
You can upload your own?
Yep. But they're I don't know if there's a limit. And I know you can only use it on the server that you upload it to. I don't have my own soundboard. I wouldn't use it enough.
You have voice mod.
I know. I don't have a soundboard there either.
It has a soundboard in it. In voice mod.
I know. I never use it.
Okay, never mind. Moving on.
You know my favorite sound on there? The censor button. For unnecessary censoring.
Anywho. What are you all doing?
Explaining these circumstances to Borgok.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, I'm returning to bed.
I'll be there in about 10 to 20 minutes. Shouldn't take too long to get desituated quickly.
Until you walk into Kati's room, like, oh shit, there's a lot of garbage in here.
Borgok will look at you and go, "Make it 5 and I'll still be awake," and winks at you and then walks back into the room.
Oh.
Ari's cat size goes, did not need to see that.
It was the other eye. You don't.
Wow.
you don't see it.
Not need to see or hear that.
D-Knock all of a sudden is like, and right this way, just pushing D down the hallway.
Yep, like, come on,
Clean up in the morning.
He's got 10 years worth of catch up to do.
Excuse me.
So yeah, skip the morning.
Sure, if that's what you would like to do.
Good. Change my spells around.
Whoa. The hell? That's
Dino,
I may have figured out how to upload a sound.
cool.
Neat.
Dino, do you indeed make it back in 5 minutes?
Yes. I basically open the door. There's your bed. Goodbye.
Make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh no!
Oh no.
Well, I guess that means I'm going to go searching through the previous comrade stuff. Oh no! Please don't tell me they're next door.
Well,
Unfortunately.
well,
Unfortunately, oh no!
okay. I was really hoping for a low number, but this will be fun too.
Timing of that.
D-Doc's been working out.
Dina, you have a lovely night. And in the morning, you feel very invigorated.
As for me,
hold on. For the next
okay.
for the next 24 hours, Enoch, or for the next day, you have a +1 circumstance bonus to any D20 roll. So basically,
Feel good.
everything you do for the next 24 hours has a +1 to it.
Ooh.
However, I need to know, because you're the one that created the room situation. Who's on the other side of your walls?
Katya was one.
Yeah,
Shit.
Katya, and then you have 2 walls. So who's on the other end or the other side?
I think Cardin's original, then what was the second character?
Xenos.
Xenos. Now yet.
Cool. D and Yet. Can you make wisdom saving throws for me?
Yeah.
16.
Sure, I can make a wisdom saving throw. Exactly how it should be.
Are you happy with those results?
I am happy with the 10.
I'm not. I'm likely to get a smaller number, so yeah, I'm good.
Okay.
It's not a terrible roll.
No. D. One of the side effects of not having one sense is that some of your other senses are sharp. So you might be scarred a little. However,
I see where you're going with that.
However, you were able to focus enough to tune out and actually get some sleep. Yet, however, you take a point of exhaustion due to being mortified and not being able to sleep correctly. Anything but a natural, anything other than a natural 20, and I wouldn't have gone down that route.
Okay. No.
Honestly, if it was a low roll, like, let's say under 10, for example, Dinoc would have been the one with a level of exhaustion.
That being said,
that was just perfect.
It was really
well,
funny.
D-Dog's having a good time and Dee's not able to sleep immediately anyway. She is going to rummage through some of the stuff that's been left behind in this room and see if she can find anything useful.
Okay, cool. Rona, what would have Katya left behind in her room?
Shit. I should have thought to open up that character sheet. Let's see if there's anything on her that she might not have needed immediately. Where are you at?
Her diary.
Let's see here. Honestly, I think she carried most of it on her anyway. Uh, so there are some things she might have left behind, like um, maybe one of her writing tablets.
Her heavier alchemical devices.
Yeah, maybe some notes on how to brew different things using some of the some of the materials that are kept on the Laputa, which would be helpful for D to some degree. Um, that extra dagger that she had that is nothing special but looks like a lightning bolt. That's probably sitting in that room.
Okay.
You know, simple things like that that she wasn't going to readily need. So D might be like, "Oh, look, what a neat dagger." Yoink. But beyond that, I think that's about it. Nothing really fancy.
Okay. Then that's what you
Maybe
would
just
find.
some extra clothes.
Yeah. Oh, she would have had plenty of extra clothing.
That's
Not that she could ever wear it. They were never home, you know.
fair enough.
So I'll take her extra dagger. Probably trade out with one of mine with that one.
Okay.
Pretty nice.
Oh, not that. Paste. Did it work? It worked. Cool.
And with that, the morning is your guys. You all do successfully complete the one.
Yoo-hoo!
Other than you.
Poor yet. Is there a way to reorganize this? Whatever. It don't matter. Um. Yes. Short rest. Or long rest. Long rest. I'm all over the place right now. Hang on.
Meds doing you in.
No, I'm just trying to remember where I keep all my shit. Day 37. Oh, okay. That being said, um, since there were some notes on the various some of the applications of materials on the Lapita, that would pique Dee's interest because she does know how to make poisons and would likely want to try her hand at that if given the time. However, I don't believe she even has like any kind of a kit for that on hand.
Um, Katya might have left something in her room.
Maybe an herbalism kit, but not a poisoner's kit.
Oh
Two
yeah,
different things.
those are different.
Yeah. Those are unfortunately different things. If she gets a chance to go shopping one day, maybe she'll find something like that.
Maybe.
I still have. Yeah, I can't believe I forgot to do that. Oh well.
Huh?
But I forgot. I was gonna give Haru or someone all those keys I got from the temple guards, and I never did.
I forgot about that.
I have 82 keys from temple guards on me still.
That's funny. Okay.
Okay, next morning.
Yep. Morning is your guys'. What would you like to do? Also, Asta, at this point in time, you would be sober. Probably hungover.
Hangover.
Oh yeah, definitely hungover.
It takes a lot to get a dwarf hungover.
Yeah, and she accomplished that.
Yeah.
Don't. I'm not sure that's a. But yeah, congratulations.
Isn't that called alcohol poisoning?
For a human, yeah.
Not for a dwarf, it's not.
They're resistant to poison.
For a dwarf, it's called a successful night.
Not
You
as
drank for
successful as
12
peanuts.
hours.
What?
You drank a lot.
Yes.
Anywho, you guys wake up and I would assume probably convene at like what would be the equivalent of the mess hall. For breakfast.
Yay, breakfast.
Breakfast. Delightful.
Oh,
What
good
about
morning,
second
Jake.
breakfast?
We haven't even had first breakfast yet.
Asa's ahead of the game.
Anything to help shake off that hangover, huh?
I don't know if they exist, but Asa's wearing sunglasses.
I mean, Valinar's got them.
Valar has sunglasses.
Oh, I knew that.
Valinor
Did you make
walks
Valar
over
sunglasses?
and says, I didn't give you these, takes the sunglasses back.
Yes.
She
Valinor
makes a
cannot-
sound. She makes a sound equivalent to Gollum.
Oh, you're the one that drank for 12 hours. And no, I'm not going to heal the hangover. He puts on the glasses and leaves.
Wait, you can do that.
I love the idea that Valinor canonically has the only pair of sunglasses in Mundus. The entire world. And yes, he can cure hangovers.
Son of a bitch.
Technically,
Nope,
you
cure
as a druid might be
self-inflicted wounds.
Like, can a druid learn that spell? I don't remember.
I think so. I think it's... Maybe, but she's a ranger.
That's true, but rangers learn druid spells, I think.
On Pathfinder, they do. I don't know about...
Load faster, darn you. Learn
Air bubble.
I'm sorry, the new version of that spell is only a bonus action.
That's hilarious. But apparently they can.
Yes, they can.
All that.
Phew.
Yeah, apparently they can learn that. Learn that spell. Neat.
Phew. All right, I'll stop.
Not that
That's enough.
Asta has ever changed her spells, but you know.
Listen, she's content with what she has. She prefers to just use her bow and shoot shit.
Yep.
So, in dwarven fashion, Asta takes one of her braids and wraps around to cover up her eyes.
Okay.
Because somebody stole the only pair of sunglasses that exist.
That you stole first.
Listen, semantics.
Oh Lord.
I hear a bit of your other characters coming through there.
Listen. Yes.
So, you guys have breakfast, and what would you like to discuss as people welcome you back as they see you here and there?
Asta will have the hungover special.
They provide it.
It's just one giant bottle of orange Gatorade.
No. It's a big honkin' slab of meat and bread with a screwdriver.
It's a weird way
After
to
all,
eat
the best
food.
cure for a hangover is more alcohol.
Yeah, you don't need a cure.
That's her
if you never
philosophy.
stop.
No, this was Asta's response to the sunglasses being ripped away from
Emotional damage.
Lord.
Learning to add your own sounds is fun.
Now the question is, does that come through in the recording?
I heard it, so maybe. I didn't
Oh, I
have OBS up, so unfortunately I couldn't tell you, but I'm guessing it did.
Well, the first person who wants to stream, let me know.
Alright, you heard her, guys.
Should have used the mage hand with that one.
Anyways. So, what reaction does Valinar's parents have to us being back?
They ignore the ever-living fuck out of you guys and just love on Valinar. They give him hugs, they greet him, they point at the cute small girl and go, "Who the fuck is that?"
Aww.
Wait, was she
Valar
on the
introduced
Laputa?
his...
Was Shia on the Laputa? I know we talked about this once and I've already forgotten.
Shia? No, she was with Hari.
Okay, Sheila. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know
but
we just
Valar-
talked about it.
Valinor introduces them to Dee, says Dee doesn't actually speak, she does some sort of weird hand thing. No, I have no idea what she just said.
She just raises her hand and waves and puts it back down.
Like I said, no idea what she just said.
Completely normal gesture.
Okay.
Okay. After breakfast is over, Valinor wants to go up to the roof and just look around to see if he can see the red dragon anywhere.
Okay. Go ahead and make a perception check for me.
Perception. 13.
You can't find him.
Damn.
Deanoch will be getting caught up from the guards about anything that's going on.
Okay. They basically they would inform you that. Hold on. I have a calendar.
Oh boy.
Uh,
The Great Ten.
here, 1, 2, 4. That they arrived about 4 days ago. And about 2 days ago, Paphos took off because he got bored.
Oh boy.
They're not exactly sure where he went, but they do know that they did show him where the outpost was, um, just in case there was, and how to get in, just in case there was trouble or something like that. He could get in without issue.
Do we at least? Did you at least see him fly in the direction, or?
Last we saw, the dude was walking towards Colophon.
Right. Anyone else?
Dee's trying to stay a little bit close to Denoch simply because he's the only one that can translate for her.
Yep.
She's just waiting for the opportunity to move out.
What?
You doing anything before we take off?
No, I think I'm good.
Dee might express some interest in learning more about this greenhouse that is apparently on this Lapita somewhere.
Oh, the roof. Yes.
But
Right
that's
this,
just it. It's
right
just
this
an
way.
interest because she can't really use anything with it, but she'd at least like to check it out if we have a moment to do so.
By the way, we don't have traditional alchemical reagents. He's saying this as he's leading her up to the roof. I don't suppose you've heard anything called replicant moss.
Heard all sorts about it. She just states it matter of fact.
Roll your check.
What am I rolling here?
Probably
Are
deception.
you?
Because I'm not deceiving him. I had Katya's notebook right there about the different things that are in the greenhouse. Like
Oh,
last night.
I see.
Yeah. She's like, yeah, I heard all sorts about it because she went digging through the shit that was left behind.
Okay. She appears to have some inkling of what replica moss is.
Interesting. I thought it was unique. I suppose there must be some pockets of it throughout the world.
She clarifies that she has heard of it, but she's never seen any of it before. It's a relatively new thing she stumbled upon recently.
I think Deanak's like, I don't care enough to dig further.
She gives a wide smile and then continues on.
Well, here it is. Watch the wind, it can sometimes get a little brisk.
Ooh, would the wind be strong enough to blow me over?
I don't think we're high enough for
Yeah, you're not
that
high.
much
You're not
wind.
high enough for that.
Good. Maybe avoid being on the roof during travel.
But yes, here to our left.
Oops. Damn it all.
is our greenhouse. Most of our crop is replicant moss. We have a few unique bits and bobs here and there. There's some flowers we picked up on the Dragon's Island. Oh. How have they grown? Are the roses, right? Black roses? Is that what we picked up? I feel like that's what we picked up.
Black roses.
I remember we picked up some kind of flowers.
Did we?
Why did you open up a...
I could try searching, but that's not specific enough.
Yeah, I'm just going... Yep, black rose seeds and starter kit.
Yeah, you
Oh,
bought.
was it
That was
like
part of
Borgock's
the,
favorite?
That was part of like the
The shopping trip on the
Yeah.
Dragon Island.
yeah, the good rations that you guys invested in.
Oh yes, his spouse's favorite. That's why. Okay.
So, how have they grown, DM?
Funny enough, D would kind of relate to the black roses.
Did I mark when you planted them? Probably not. Probably be somewhere in this time period. So it's been about a week.
Oh.
I mean, probably not. Probably not like the greatest, but kind of just due to the natural properties and the magical properties that you have of the greenhouse itself. There would probably be like sprouts beginning to come up. Last time I checked, it takes more than a week for a flower to grow.
Yeah.
Even magical.
Mm-hmm. I mean, unless somebody walked over and cast plant growth on it, and then in which case it.
We don't have a druid yet.
Nope.
That we know of.
So, while D is very impressed by the variety of plants available here in this greenhouse, she is slightly disappointed by the fact that the greenhouse is not, in fact, a greenhouse.
Well, that's... I think
She
this
had
is your
never
first
seen
one.
she had never actually seen a greenhouse in her life. So her mental image was it's a house that's green. And
It is
like,
D's first mage hand.
This is amazing. The mute person has finally given you a reason to have to slap them for something they said.
So that was the Discord, and
Yeah.
here is
It's like
what the play. What our
pretty much one of those
audience
moments of I think I know what I was expecting, but this just was not it. That being said, I'm going to run a nature check because I want to see how many of these actual plants she might recognize as being useful for making poisons. Seven.
You tell me. You're the one keeping track of the greenhouse stuff.
Oh, well. On that note,
I'm not tracking your. I am not tracking your guys' greenhouse.
Well, I'm going to say that poison would fall under debuffs. And we currently have enough. We have about 1,350 gold pieces worth of those materials on hand. But what I'm saying is, how many would she be able to recognize as, oh yeah, I could definitely turn this into poison?
Well, considering we don't have many actual plants, most of it is the replica moss.
Oh.
Remember?
In other words, I could use replicant moss to make poison. If I do it right. Maybe not.
Replica's moss properties are, I feel like, would be more specifically for
spellcasting.
Yeah, because it replaces the monetary.
Well, we use
value
it for
of spells.
potions,
but they have a monetary cost.
Yeah. And actually, we have plants used for healing. That's a separate category.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
We use replicant moss to take the place of, like, we don't have a whole lot of replicant moss right now because, number one, it takes the longest to grow, and number two, we used up a whole bunch of it bringing back Valinar's father.
Yeah.
Yeah, the replica moss takes the longest to grow, but it's also, like, the most valuable.
Yeah. But I would definitely lump poisons under, like, debuffs.
Yeah, I would agree with that. So I would say, like, you could find the debuff stuff to be useful there, but yeah. Again, I don't think you guys have a ton of that growing.
Only 1350 gold pieces. Actually, it is next to the magic ink and paper. It is the most prominent item that we have on hand right now. Mostly because we haven't found any uses for it yet.
I mean, imagination.
Exactly. Oh yeah, next time we're in town, somewhere, I'm definitely picking up a poisoner's kit. I'm gonna start seeing what kind of crazy things I can brew up to help with assassinations. Although I would like to somewhat argue that since we would be sourcing poisonous components naturally using plants, that an herbalism kit could probably take its place. But I'm pretty sure Katya had the only one of those on hand.
Had the only one of what?
The only herbalism kit around.
Rob.
She took it with her, no doubt. No doubt she took that with her.
I would have.
Yeah.
Given her background and stuff.
Yep. Something considered important to her.
That being said, you take a quick tour of the greenhouse, and then where do you guys go and do?
Well, let's do what we came here for.
after restocking and resupplying on materials. Yes. So we
You guys are going
start for Colophon?
into the outpost or the small city in front.
Well, I mean, you had to go to the small city first. Probably take a look around, because I, as a player, recognize that Paphos is not overly bright and probably wouldn't be able to find his way down to actual outposts on his own.
So, quick question, guys. Has anyone told Valinar that Pathos is kind of gone off to do his own thing a few days ago?
Yeah, I
'Cause
figured.
Valinar,
Well, you were up on the roof. Did you see
Yeah.
this?
I saw you guys go to the greenhouse, but I didn't follow you guys. I'm currently looking out to see if I can find Pathos. without using spells.
Well, it stands to reason that if we were about to head out, we'd be gathering the party and say, sharing the information we have and say, hey, let's go. Unless Deanoch was like, hey, D, let's go on an excursion, just the two of us. Let's see what we can accomplish by ourselves.
No.
Yeah. Didn't think so.
So when someone tells Valnar that Pathos kind of went off on his own, he's going to use sending to contact Pathos and tell him, hey, we're here at Colophon. Where are you at?
There's no response.
Great.
Oh, lovely.
Well, Valnar will relay that to them.
Well, that's a problem.
So...
Hey.
Well, if he's gone, we still have to rescue the other guy, right?
Where's the spell I was debating whether or not to prepare? I didn't prepare.
Isn't that how it always goes?
Yeah. Maybe we'll get lucky and he'll just be in Colophon.
Would love
And
to.
ignoring you?
Yeah.
Well, are we going to do this operation, or we're just going to stand here?
Excuse me.
Off we go then.
If he went off in the way of Colophon, maybe he found his way there. Maybe.
As you guys jump down, and wander into the city of Colophon. Into the city of Colophon, you end up seeing some familiar faces. You see Samantha, the baker, kind of beginning to open up the windows, and you can smell the scent of freshly baked bread beginning to fill the area around. You see Horace beginning to open up his shop, his general store. A few of them remember you and recognize you, and just give that the polite nod, greeting.
Who's got the highest insight?
Valinor. No, actually. Oh,
I have a plus 12.
I was gonna say, I was like, D's might be higher.
Oh.
Huh.
I have
I
a
have
higher
max
insight.
wisdom.
I have expertise.
I was just gonna say he has expertise. Hey,
Yep.
there's feats that you can take, buddy, that'll give you those kinds of things.
I know. I've actually been considering it.
We just
Yeah,
need
so
to
why do you
level
ask?
up.
I'm aware.
Well, since Valinar's at least has come across these people before, I would ask Valinar to just keep an eye out, see if any of them seem like they're mind controlled.
Oh, yeah. See if they're
'Cause,
acting off.
yeah, we can't contact our dragon friend. We don't know if he's mind controlled. Thus, we don't know if they've completely taken over the entire outpost and exterior town. I don't want to be walking into another ambush.
Yeah, Valinar's definitely gonna keep a close eye on everyone.
Easily enough to do.
So mind controlled. That's why would you suspect them of being mind controlled?
The enemy we're about to face is a bunch of literal squid tentacle-headed freaks who can dominate others' minds.
Yeah.
It almost sounds like what you're dealing with here is worse than Paloma, but almost. She uses mind controlling in a different way.
Well, I would say at least Palama's probably more pleasant to look at than these things. Just gonna throw that one out there.
If you're saying that, oh boy.
I mean,
would you rather look at one of those or a human? Which one do you think would be less of an eyesore?
Let me pull out my monster fucker license.
What? What?
hey, leave that hentai shit at home.
Whoa. And I thought I had issues.
At least it's not on a road construction sign.
What?
Okay.
You guys, I'll tell you after.
Okay.
Okay.
That's probably for the best.
Probably.
Damn, you guys
Okay.
make me laugh so much tonight that I'm dying every time.
Emotional damage.
All right. So,
Hey.
is there anything particular that you guys would like to do while you're in town?
Chaos.
Do you think that they might have a store that sells like tools and such? Like, I don't want to say like a drugstore, but like ye old fashioned drugstore,
Pharmacy.
pharmacy.
Apothecary.
There we
Thank
go.
you. That's the right word.
You're
Apothecary.
welcome.
You knew what we were looking for when our brains were just going shit.
My brain's like somebody who might have herbalism or poisoning kits.
There's a general store. That's probably the closest thing you got.
Yeah, well, I'll check it out. If maybe Paphos would be there. Who knows? I mean, not like D knows what Paphos looks like in any capacity. Can't even keep an eye out for him despite having a high perception. Like, she could be Paphos. He could be Paphos. That cat over there could be Paphos. I don't fucking know.
Meow.
I mean, technically, yes. That's polymorph.
Meow, this should be busted.
Blech.
Oh, shit. Papa's got some issues.
Yeah. I wonder why.
I mean, if it at least point me in the right direction. Like while y'all take a look around town, I'll wander off and do a tiny bit of shopping. I don't know how much something like that costs though. Oh, costs way more than what I have on hand. Shit.
Well, there's
Looks
a way
like I
you
will not be doing any shopping by myself then.
waste of soul being a broke ass.
Yeah. I'm gonna start pickpocketing people.
There you go.
I bet you collectively everybody in the town does not have 50 gold pieces. But I do wonder if maybe Asta does.
So what now?
Can I try pickpocketing Asta?
Oh no.
Excuse me?
Hey,
No.
question.
Yeah.
How would this work?
Isn't there isn't on the surface, isn't it a
Bartering.
bartering system?
Wasn't this town the only place we could do things for gold?
Yes.
Oh,
But-
okay.
Yeah. So, the surface typically is bartering from what you guys have seen, across the lands. But Colophone and its outpost have been an exception for this, as you guys have basically learned that for whatever reason they accept currency.
Well, you also have to keep in mind that D just assumes that anywhere that there's shopping, they use currency. She's never been to the surface before. She didn't even know people lived here.
Well, that's why I was asking, because I was going to see if we actually told D that bartering was a thing down here or not.
Honestly, probably not, but that's not my problem.
But apparently it's not important here because they take coin anyway. But either way, she knows she's going to need more money than what she's got on hand.
Okay.
So you're gonna try and pickpocket Asta. Okay, let's see this go down.
Listen, am I even near you?
Oh, wow.
Are you?
We're traveling as a party, yeah.
Because we all went
Unless
together.
you went wandering off again.
I thought you literally said you went to go wander off yourself and go shopping.
No, we're investigating the town of Colophone, but I would like to go do a little bit of shopping since we're already here.
And who says I followed you into that shop?
Who says who said I have left yet? I know in advance I don't have enough money. I'm gonna find money before I go to the store.
The store, huh?
Store.
Sleight of hands versus perception?
Yeah. And whoever else would like to, try.
23.
So, Asta, go ahead and make your perception check.
Excuse me. Excuse
Does that count
me.
as an auto pass?
That's the second nat 20 tonight for me. I don't want to waste it, but I have to see now. I'm just doing this for shits and giggles.
I love that we rolled the same thing.
Okay.
I don't want to roll because I don't like just taking away now. I will say
Asta earned her freaking money. I'm not about to be stolen from.
yes, you are.
Yes, you are.
No!
Sorry.
All right.
Then I didn't go. I'm not near you then. Maybe I went off on my freaking own.
I mean,
Unfortunately, you rolled. You cannot take that roll
Well-
back.
well, I mean, here's the other thing. Here's the other thing too. Your party member might be able to help you out. Because I'm gonna say that Dinak, while you don't see what D takes, you see the movement of D's hand kind of from Asta to herself. Which, given your brother, you
Mhm.
have an idea of what possibly just transpired.
I'll wave at D and just kind of motion to, excuse me, come closer.
You see D replace whatever it was that she took before she moves closer.
Dinok will lean in and whisper while trying not to catch Asta's attention.
I'd say that's probably pretty easy.
I have a bag of holding. I don't know if you know what that is. But because of that, I usually carry our group's coin supply. If you need anything, I really would suggest not stealing from teammates.
D doesn't look remorseful, but she does look a little excited at the prospect that she doesn't have to steal from her new friends. If there's already a supply of gold that's free for use, pretty much.
If you absolutely have the need for sticky fingers, I do request that you keep it to those unallied with us.
She'll say something along the lines of, "I just need some extra coins because I'd like to get a poisoning kit."
And Enoch will pull out the bag of holding on his way to wherever we're going, which is the store,
Okay.
probably.
General store, yes.
I don't know how much money that item is. I'm assuming you already do, as you apparently have looked it up.
Yes. It is 50 gold pieces, which is not what I was expecting for something like that.
Well, I mean, it's a way to not have to spend coin on
That's true.
So
health potions, so
I will gladly give of my current 10 towards it, but I'll still have to borrow 40.
There you go. Dinak, you're the treasurer. Adjust the money.
okay, down 40.
And I'm down to broke.
Yep, and just add a just
Sweet.
add the kit to your character sheet.
And Asta doesn't have to be completely broke because of me.
Damn right, because you believe a fight would have broke out.
If you noticed.
I
She would've
think
noticed.
she means Blind would have had a fight with Rona.
Yeah. I believe it.
By the way,
I'm just doing what's in character, okay? I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. I mean, I understand that, and I can understand why one would be upset by having money, valuable money stolen from them. What were you gonna say, D-Nuck? I'm sorry.
I think now that Denox, seen that and kind of took a little bit closer look at Asta, realized she doesn't have her normal bow.
Oh, well, I didn't take that. I'm not that good.
Asta,
Yes.
did you get a new bow.
What? She looks confused for a second, and she kind of turns around and is reminded of what she did in her drunken state. She goes, "Oh shit! Yeah, I did."
Is it any better?
To be determined.
I don't like the of going into combat with untested.
Do you not do my practice, dummy?
No. How about that tree over there?
That's not as fun.
One, I doubt I can actually block any of your shots. You're too good of an archer for that. Two, your arrows are just... You're too good at hitting sensitive spots and dealing immense damage.
What if I put an apple on your head?
No. We are not recreating the legend of William Tell.
D volunteers for tribute.
That would be funny, though.
Well, I suppose you do have a volunteer here. D? I guess we need to buy an apple.
Who said anything about an apple? She just wants to see if she wants to see how she wants to test the bow's ability by seeing if she could knock the arrow out of the air mid-flight.
Oh.
I'm sorry, newbie, but do you have a death wish?
You only hear silence.
Can we just say that Asta suddenly knows sign language?
No.
Damn.
I'm making Denock work for it. You think I'm going to just give it to you?
But I asked nicely.
I don't remember there being a please in that question.
Well, search your memory, it was there. Please.
No. I mean, the thing is, she can hear common just fine.
Yeah.
She just doesn't respond.
Yep. You hear silence because she
Vonar
doesn't
speaks
say
up.
anything.
Vonar speaks up before they do anything else, looks at D and goes, "Anything that happens from here on out will be entirely on you. I do not heal self-inflicted wounds. Just ask the hungover Asta." Because she's still hungover.
Unless they pay you.
Am I still
yeah.
hungover?
D is pretty confident in her own ability that she'd be able to knock a flying arrow out of the air.
Technically, yes, Asta.
Or at least dodge out of the way.
Okay.
Okay. Alright, so,
This is going to be interesting.
hold on. I'm gonna do something real quick.
And this will be the final thing we do tonight.
Yes, it will be. It also might be the final thing D does.
The goal here is to try and either dodge the arrow or knock it aside. So kind of like deflect it. Now, that being said, I'm not a monk. So it's more likely I'm going to try and dodge it. And if I could dodge the arrow, then that bow's crap. That being said, if I can't dodge the arrow, then that means I am going to take whatever damage hits me. I realize.
Yep.
That's why Valnar said he doesn't heal self-inflicted wounds, and he's going to consider this self-inflicted.
But she feels pretty confident in her abilities.
Good luck!
Gonna need it.
That did not keep.
All right, I'm ready.
Yeah. Give me a minute. Okay. If you refresh your D&D Beyond character sheet, there should be a new attack action at the top of your page called Dwarven Longbow.
That's to Asta.
Yes.
Yes, I'm looking.
No worries. You might have to refresh.
I see it.
And what kind of armor are you wearing? D.
Leather.
Plain leather?
Plain leather.
Otherwise known as not strong enough.
I'll be taking the dodge action, mind you.
We'll see how well that works out for you.
Did you find it?
I said yes.
Oh, are you gonna roll to attack?
Oh, yeah.
Well, we're waiting.
Okay.
Bring it.
16.
Okay, go ahead and
At
roll
disadvantage.
again. Yeah, go ahead and roll again so that there's the disadvantage portion.
Ignore that I hit the wrong button.
Oh. I'm like, yeah, I could dodge a 12. 16 is enough to barely hit. So roll your damage.
Okay. You can either re-roll or. Okay. So Colossus Slayer also only procs on a creature that is missing hit points. So you take 8 points of damage.
Reduced in half because I use Uncanny Dodge.
Okay.
So 4.
Okay.
Which is acceptable. And enough to demonstrate that I was almost able to completely, like, it barely hit me, which means that bow's not as good as she thought.
Asa's gonna start crying now.
Oh dear.
And then de-explode. No, I'm kidding.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, it gave me a little scrape.
It's like fun fact. It's got the bow has enchants delayed fireball on every shot.
Better hope you hit your target. God, could you imagine being a victim of a missed shot from that? You just,
Oh yeah, I would. If I ever
you're just this commoner, hanging out, mind your own business, and this arrow just comes flying out of nowhere and detonates next to you.
I mean, you got 6 seconds to get away from it. But yeah, no. If I ever put a weapon like that into a game, I would 100% collateral damage, property damage, all of that jazz. But alas.
So basically, her bow is nowhere near as good as the one that she traded.
Yeah, you've now got a basic edge.
Yeah. In my notes, the dwarven. So this is what the dwarven longbow is. I'm
just glad he didn't sharpshooter
it. I like.
Actually, he would have missed completely. Actually,
I liked the idea of the dwarven stuff having like a penetration feature. So the dwarven bow, the best thing that it does, it's not a magical thing. It's just a property of being built from dwarvish material. Is that it? Excuse me. For armors, it like specific types of armor. Like each armor type has a different feature. For example, leather types of armor, a dwarvish bow just bypasses the bonus. And for heavy armors, like things made of metal, it gets a +2 attack bonus. But otherwise, no magical properties.
So what you're saying is, it would have essentially effectively treated my armor class as an 11 instead of the full 15.
Yeah.
Oh.
No.
So it makes it easier to hit.
What? No, your armor. It would your armor class would still be your anyone's armor class when they're naked is dexterity is 10 plus their dexterity score.
Oh, okay.
So your AC would have still been 14, I believe.
Yeah.
But any other armor, like I don't remember who has it or who had it. But there somewhere in the party, I think there's like a pair of +2 studded leather armor.
I think that was Katya.
Yeah, it gives her AC like I think that's 13, 15 plus dexterity for AC purposes. It would literally get rid of all of that. It would literally just become whatever her 10 plus her dex. And then any other bonuses that she would have, because I know she's got other things like the barrier ring and stuff.
Gotcha.
So it would, it just bypasses leather armor bonuses, including the +2 from the magical stuff, which is really good, but it's a normal ass bow.
Okay.
Asta's crying inside.
But there is something to be said about the fact that it was still able to hit D, which suggests that Asta is a skilled shot, even if her bow's
It's not good enough, damn it! Okay, let me ask you this. What are the chances of Asta running into that old man again?
If we go back to the island, maybe. Unfortunately, we're on the surface.
If you're really lucky,
I will tell you
while
this.
we're away,
it's not 0.
If you're really lucky, while we're away, Aaron and Paloma will completely destroy the island and he'll die in the ensuing chaos. Then all you have to do is go pick up your old bow.
Assuming someone else hasn't already picked it up.
Are my chances higher of running into him / getting my old bow back, or finding a different, better one in this marketplace that we're in?
In the marketplace you're in, no, your odds right now are to run into the old man again or the old dwarf again.
You have a better chance of running into him here than finding one of those a better bow here.
But I want you to remember that's because you guys are currently in the city of Kofalon. The outpost of Kofalon has way more stuff. Where you would have a chance. I'm not.
That is where that is where that lightning bolt dagger came from. Actually,
Asta wants to go to the outpost.
There's also that bunker.
What?
That Katya nearly got nuked.
Oh, that one.
Oh yeah, the quote unquote alien tech.
Asta wants to go anywhere but here.
Katya was able, if I remember correctly, I used Misty Step or Dimension Door to pop up in there.
Dimension Door. Misty Step
Yeah.
wouldn't have worked because you have to have line of sight for Misty Step.
That's true. Yeah, I'm like, I want to see what's on the other side of this wall. Come back. I don't want to see what's on the other side of the wall.
And then you exploded in a seizure due to wild magic.
Yeah, wild magic. Yeah. It was a hell of a time. Like, there was possibility of Katya causing enough damage to herself to become incapacitated just from the seizure.
Good times.
And see, I'm just watching like, what the hell is wrong with you? Oh Lord.
Anyway, Asta turns to the group and goes, "I want to go to the outpost," and that's where we're gonna end the session because it is
Okay.
after midnight. Thank you guys so much for coming by and checking out the stream. I greatly appreciate it. I had fun. We did not make it as far as I thought we would tonight, but that's okay.
Shenanigans.
Exactly. But
Austin is pissed.
I bet.
We missed a week, so we
Yeah.
got some shenanigans in to make up for it.
Yeah. But don't worry. We're gonna
I
do
did
our
make up
best.
for it.
We're gonna do our best to be back next week.
Whoop whoop.
Yeah, I got nothing else. You guys have a great weekend. Enjoy the weather. And good night.
Night, y'all.
Night.
Right.